I was actually thinking not to make this video, but I really felt so empty inside. Hey guys, welcome back to the Sensu Pop channel. For this channel, very first Series 9 deck profile. One of the unique things about the Dragon Ball Super card game is that it is non-rotational format. What does that mean? That means that all leaders, all card does have a tendency with every new set releases to come back into the meta, maybe to get better. For example, in Series 9, we saw that they released a new Jiren leader and also a lot of Universe 11 cards. However, because of this non-rotational format, we are not confined just to use the new Jiren leader. We can actually go back to the earlier set and use the old Jiren leader and possibly create new synergy or new playstyle with the cards that have been released so far. So here's where this week's deck profile comes in. With the current meta looking so aggressive with the new upgraded Frieza swap engine and also the Black Buu engine, I have designed a deck that is designed to bunker down and play the long game. We are gonna play the new extra card and the Frieza swap engine with this leader. I hope you're excited yet. See you guys after the short intro, alright? Hey guys, welcome back from the intro. Let's go straight into the deck profile. We are gonna play the Frieza, Golden Frieza, the Majestic Emperor instead of New Frieza. The reason is because when everybody goes aggro, what I want to do is, I want to bring in a little bit more flavor into the meta. So I'm not gonna use so this is what I thought. I was looking at the cards and I realized that, hey, maybe this could work. All right, so let's bunker down, put our helmets on, and this is how the deck is gonna go. I'll show you how it's gonna work. All right, so Frieza, one of the things that he cannot do is that he cannot include battle card with energy cost 3 or less in your deck. That means everything that you have to play when it comes to the battle card has to be 4 or more, so say goodbye to your super combos. Alright, so this is a leader that so far has no super combo. Okay, go and once per turn you get to look at top 5, pick a red extra card and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. He's a draw 2 when he's awakened at 4, and he's on his awakened side, activate main. Once per turn you get to draw a card. When this card is attacked by a battle card, you get to discard a card that is a Frieza army and you negate the attack. Alright, so this is not a counter attack. That means if anything says, oh, this card cannot be counter attack, is not affected by counter attack, this card can work because it says, I don't care. Yeah, it is not a counter attack, it is a negate. Yeah, and okay, so let's go to the deck profile. This whole idea is to bunker down, be defensive, negate with the amount of cards that you have in your hands. If your opponent swings at you and you do not negate, you are gonna take damage. I guarantee you that, because your combo power is not high, you lack of super combo, and most of the cards that you have in your hands when it comes to battle cards, you want them in your hands. Alright, so here we go. Kappa Awakening. So these are the red extra cards. I would tell you, Kappa Awakenings. Choose up to one of your red battle card. It gets 6k for the duration of the battle. That 1k is very good when it is defensive, because if your opponent swings at you at 20 at your awakened leader, all you need is 1 card to get out of 20. Instead of reaching 25, you pay 1 card and you get 21 and you're out. Alright, so that extra 1k is very, very important. Don't use it offensively unless you're going for the game. Most of the time, use it defensively. You will really love this card. Alright, and instead all you got, pay 1 energy counter attack. You may choose 1 red card from your hands, place it in your drop area. All your hands are red because even if it's dual color, it is a red and a blue card at the same time. So you can choose whatever cards is in your hand and discard it. Alright, and your opponent choose up to one of your opponent's battle card. They get minus 15k for the duration of the battle. So if they're coming to you with the second layer 2 drop, this is the card that you want in your hands, right? When the Frieza swap that 15k, this is what you want in your hands. And if they are dumb enough to swing at you with the Buu at 2 drop, the 15k or the 4 drop 15k, this is what you need to take them out of the game. this is an extremely good card. Look at top 7 cards of your deck. Choose 2 Frieza army with 4 or less, 4 or more, and add them into your hands. Everything can be added except Topo and this particular Frieza. Unfortunately, he is just a Frieza clan. He is not a Frieza army, so you can't add him into your hands. If this guy can be added into your hands, this card is perfect for the deck. But this card I still play for. I'll let you know why. Alright, so after Image Technique, this is a really good card because when you're tapped out, this is the card that comes in that you can play with Sparking 5. It's very easy to get Sparking 5 with this leader, and you just take 1 life. Alright, Denial of Hope, we know this. Anything, it's a counterplay, one of the best counterplay cards out there, 20k or less. Place it in your opponent's drop area. So if your opponent wants to go up the Buu chain, wants to go up the Frieza swap chain, this is also a really good card to take care of them. Alright, and this guy, it's a sleeper because it does not ignore the barrier, but anything that is also like a 2 or 5 or less, you get activate battle, bounce it back. So if your opponent goes for the game something which is 5 or less and it has no barrier, and he goes for the game and he combos it, activate battle just for 2 energy. You need 2 energy open, but you get to choose 1 of your red or blue energy and switch it back to active mode. Technically it's a 1, but you need 2 energy to play this. Bounce it back and say goodbye. It's an activate battle, so it's different, right? People thought that, hey, they went through, their attack went through, but actually you have combination attack and you bounce it back. Tyranny costs one of the best extra cards in this, because sometimes you just need the mana sink. Why do we need the mana sink? Because of the red Broly. The 1-drop red Broly is still a thing, so you need the mana sink. So you need to tap out your mana so that your opponent cannot play the 1-drop Broly. This is one of your things. So sometimes you have, because you are a counterplay deck, right? So you are going to counterplay and stuff, and sometimes you do have quite a bit of energy. So this is Tyranny cost, tap 2, draw 2, and if your opponent has 11 or more cards in their hands, they have to discard until they have 10. So if they are more than 10, you keep them under control. 10 is still a very big number, but sometimes it comes into play, and then it's a +2 for you. Alright, and the other extra card, Cease to Exist. Really good card actually. So it has 2 things, right? It has Activate Main and it has Activate Battle. The Activate Main, choose 2 of your opponent's battle card, ignoring barrier, and it gets -25k. Wow. And the other one is Activate Battle. You can choose to activate battle without paying its energy cost. So it gets 5k for the duration of turn for your leader card or for your battle card. That means this card has a 0.5k combo power. So it is not a dead card in your hands. You can actually use it to combo. Yeah, so pretty good card, and the minus the barrier thing, it's pretty crazy, especially if you're playing against Jiren, who's going wide with their barrier card like Topo, like Dicepo. Go for it. They're gone. They thought that they're safe, but they're gone. But Jiren is gonna play the long game anyways, so you erase their if they're going deep with Topo, Dicepo, with barrier, this is the guy that takes them out, and it is a extra card. That means there's a high chance he has no answer for it. He cannot negate the skill of the extra card. So that's that. Yep. Now let's talk about the last but not least extra card. Leave to fight another day. So if your leader is a red Frieza army, and your opponent has 3 or more energy, you get to draw 1 card, and for the duration of your opponent next turn, your opponent can play a battle card with 20k or less unless they choose 3 cards in their hands and place it in their drop area as an additional cost. Not as devastating as for Buu, but for the Frieza swap chain, if you're able to take them out with like Denial of Hope, combination attack, and Cease to Exist, you are removing their stuff on the table, and you have more energy, and your opponent, you're going into the late game, you can play Leave to Fight Another Day, so your opponent has to really hard cast that 5-drop from their hands if they want to play it. If not, they are prepared to get their hands destroyed. Another thing, so they cannot go up the chain, right? Because once, like Buu, if they go up the chain, they have to choose 3 cards. So even if Buu has 5 cards in their hands, they discard that 3 cards, because they don't need cards in their hands. They cannot go up the chain again, because if they play Buu If they play Babidi to bring out their Boo. To play Babidi, they need to choose 3 cards, and to play Boo, they can't. They don't have 3 cards anymore to play the Boo, so they cannot go up the chain anymore. This literally stops them right there, and of course, it stops them 1-drop Broly. If they want to play the 1-drop Broly, go ahead. This card, it's gonna take care of them. And of course, if you want to be cheeky, if you have cards, battle cards, and you're going for the game, and you are playing against red, play this card. Draw that 1 card, your opponent can't topo without discarding 4. Yeah, okay, so let's go. Yep, alright. So let's talk about the battle cards. This gets interesting. Of course, we play 3 copies of Topo. Topo is very important because Topo literally stops the game right there. If you do not have all these cards in your hands, I do not know how. You can Topo, discard a card, and that's it. You stop the attack right there unless they want to go and nag. If they go nag, it's fine. Topo early in the in your play, so if you can find it. Of course, it's not searchable, so you really depend on the that 1 draw that you have at the start of the game, and this particular once per turn draw to draw him, and this 2 draw somehow. Alright, and this particular friendly rival Frieza is so good because if your leader card is red, when you combo this card, you get to choose 1 red extra card and place it in your drop area from your deck, and place it in your drop area and shuffle your deck. You are pulling up the extra card for this guy. I'll come to this guy later. Alright, okay, I'll come to this guy. So, with all this, why are we playing so many extra cards? And why are we dropping extra cards from our deck into our drop area? So you get to combo with this guy, you get to drop, you're not playing this guy, right? It's a 4 cost, but it's cool. This is the reason why. If there are 5 or more extra card in your drop area, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hands by 1. If there are 10 or more extra cards in your drop area, reduce the cost of this card in your hands by additional 1. So this guy becomes a 5 cost if there's 10 extra cards in your drop area. That is pretty damn good, because this guy, when you play all this like this, helps you to discard 1. You get to discard 1 with this, and you get to discard 1 with this, so you are discarding things into your drop area and populating the drop area. Alright, and so you want to make the 10, and the reason why it's when you play this card, if your leader card is red Frieza army, yes we are, choose all of your battle cards, all battle cards including yours, with 20k or less, other than this card, ignoring barrier and KO them. So most of the things on the board will be finished. I think like Dice Ball Topo I need to check, but I think Topo is also finished. I don't think Topo is 30k, I think Topo is 20. Dice Ball, I think it's also 20 or 15. So everything will be gone. So this is basically a board clear. However, in the past we have to play it with 5 energy. Yep, we have to hard cast at 5 energy. However, this time around, you don't have to, because if this guy, so this guy is a 4 course, and it is also a Frieza army. That means you can search off through this guy. Yep, so you can find him and negate the attack and play this card during your opponent's turn. This card is 2, so you can negate for 2. And activate main, you get to choose 1 red or 1 Frieza army in your hands with an energy cost of 5 and play on top of this card. So don't swing with this card. It's 20. I know there's a high tendency that you really want to swing with this card because it's 20. Don't do it, because this card can bring you either this guy if the condition applies, this guy, or this guy. So this is the Frieza Chain, right? Even though you're not doing a swap, you get to play for 3 and you get to cheat out 1 of these guys, right? Depending on your situation. So I play 2 for this guy. This guy is so good, but honestly, in this format, for this deck, this guy is the king, right? And you can cheat out this guy also, so it's pretty good. Alright, so Final Showdown Frieza, what it is a critical double strike. That means negate, and it does not have any condition, right? So if you turn 2, if you're playing against a deck that is not aggressive, you want to go aggressive, you can, he swings, negate, then tap all your 3 energy. You need 1 blue energy, so put down your first blue energy in your turn 1, then Final Showdown Frieza. He has an inbuilt Cold Bloodlust, even though it is only applied to the first card that your opponent plays, yeah, once per turn. or activates a skill that puts a battle card into play. If your leader card is red Frieza army, you may choose one card in your life and place it in your drop area. So you crit yourself. If you do, the battle card played is played with a skill negated for the duration of turn. This skill can be activated at the counter timing. So what does that mean? This is a cold bloodlust. Your opponent plays a battle card. The first battle card that your opponents play, you get to choose. If you take a life and then you put it into your drop area, your opponent literally has to the card that is being played is becomes a vanilla card. The difference between this and all the other counterplay cards is that this is not a counterplay. This is a skill, an auto skill. What it means? It means that anything that has deflag, like Jiren has deflag, that guy, Gogeta 7 has deflag. It does not matter. This guy overrides the deflag because deflag is not affected by counterplay skill. His effect is not a counterplay, and he is a 25k double striker critical. That means when he swings, your opponent literally has to either crit themselves 2 times or waste cards in their hands to take care of this guy. And with the ability for you to negate the attack, he is pretty safe. If not, your opponent, it's gonna swing with all he has to try to take care of this guy out of the field. Yeah, or play around this guy. So literally, when this guy slaps on the board, it gives number 1 pressure, and it gives also your opponent to play around this guy. If not, he's gonna get into big time trouble. All right. And so this guy, no introduction. When this card attacks, triple striker, he has no crit. So triple striker, when this card attacks, choose all of your opponent's battle card, ignoring barrier and minus 30k for the duration of turn. When one of your opponent's battle card is decreased, your opponent places 2 cards from the top of the deck into their drop area. So if this card is unable to take care of the board because there are things that are 30k, this is the card that comes in to take care of them. If this card doesn't take care, this card doesn't take care, this card possibly can take care of them. All right. And so what about this card? This card, I like this card so much. Unfortunately, it is not as strong as it is used to be before. EX Evolve, choose 3 cards, place them in the drop area from your hands, place them in the drop area. Red Frieza, this guy. Oh, hold on. Okay, so this, you cannot cheat out this guy. This guy you have to play by 5, alright? So that is the correction over there. I forgot this is Frieza BR. Alright, so you get to choose with energy cost of 7, play it. It's a critical, it's 30k. If your leader card is a red, your opponent can't, and you also can't play battle cards with 30k or less unless they choose 4 cards from their life and place it into the drop area as they play the battle card. When this card evolves into this card, switch this card to active mode. Alright, so you get to swing 1 time with this guy, but he's a 30k, so he's not exactly that much powerful, honestly. And he has no barrier, no deflect. He is so easy to take out. I brought this guy out, this card 3, and my opponent just plays a card that just pops him out from the board, just like that. I was like, for just 1 energy, I was like, okay, cool. Alright, so that is the that is the deck profile right here. So correction, this card cannot bring out this card, it can bring out this too. One of the reasons why you want to bring out this guy over this guy is that you want to bot clear, and also at the same time, this guy dies when this guy comes on board. This guy doesn't, because he is a 30k. That means you have this guy, which is a double striker, and this guy on the board. And if you evolve on this guy, you have 2 30k that your opponent have to decide which one that he wants to take out. Most probably he will take out this target, but then he has to deal with this target. So that is the thing. And of course, 40k, when your life is 2 or less, reduce the cost by 3. That means it's a 5 drop. When you play this card, your opponent reviews, quadruple strike, swing for the game. Alright, so this is a control deck. Some sideboard, this guy, choose up to 1. This is a sideboard, which I think that maybe you want to put it in. I'm still hesitant. I think this is a battle card, because if anything that's 30k, this guy can take care of it. Okay, so this is choose one of your opponents. It can be activate battle, right? So if your opponent swings, you tap 3, minus 30k, ignoring barrier. So this is the spice when it comes to that. So if you're dealing with apes, maybe this is something which is better. Or Frieza swap, if they manage to get up the chain, this might be the battle card. Also, Senzu Bean. Try to feed Senzu Bean inside. I'm trying to find how can I do it. Maybe I reduce this one by 1, and I have to reduce something. So I have to find the slot to put in at least 3 Senzu Bean inside. Alright, so that is my deck profile. I hope you like it. Give me a like, subscribe. I want to bring you more and more of this type of interesting deck profile. When people go aggro, we go defensive, right? If we go aggro, we go helmet, defensive, I don't know. Alright guys, see you guys in the next video. Yeah, ciao, bye.